Hi guys, welcome to Scotsman in Bulgaria. Today we're back in the kitchen. Now it's towards the end of the season here in Bulgaria, and we recently harvested all the rest of our tomatoes and the Roma tomatoes. And there's a recipe we're going to do today which we normally do about this time, which we water bath and can and put them in the cellar. So today we're going to make our version of the Heinz tomato soup. Now we've tried different recipes and we've kind of tweaked them and to our kind of taste, but to us it's like 80-90% tastes like Heinz tomato soup, and coming from Scotland, I love that, and I think most people from UK love the Heinz tomato soup. So I'll show you the ingredients here, and then I'll show you the method, and obviously I will put the recipe and the method in the description so you can see it. And let's show you what we have here. Right, so these are the Roma tomatoes. These are your kind of plum tomatoes which you use for cooking. These are ideal. So, I mean, you can probably use other tomatoes, but these are the best. So there's 3 kilograms of this chopped up, and you leave the skins on. But I mean, some people like it with the skins off, but to us, a lot of the flavour is in the skin, and yeah, we find it, and obviously it's time consuming. So that's our tomatoes. So we have 250 grams of roughly chopped onion here. Then over here we have 2 tablespoons of chopped up garlic. We have 1 tablespoon of oil. And then we have 3 tablespoons of paprika. Now this is a kind of smoked paprika, and it's kind of mild, so it's not very hot. That's why we chose this. And that gives it the soup some of its colour. Then we have half a cup of castor sugar and 1 tablespoon of salt. And we have 1 cup of plain flour, and we have 250 grams of butter, soft, you want it soft, and 140 grams of tomato puree. And we have basically 1.5 litres of water. What you want to do before you put your chopped tomatoes in the pan is to put it into a sieve to try and get the water out, the juice, because you want that juice from there, because you will be using it later. You can do this, also you can add water, but you'll need at least 500 ml from that, and you can make it up, so it's not a problem. Okay, what we'll do is we'll get on with the method, and we'll see you in a second. Right guys, we're at the stove here now. I've got a big pan, and I've got the gas on just to warm up the pan. So we're now just going to put the oil that we have in the pan. And then the onions, you want to sweat those off. So you can hear that lovely sizzle. So basically you want to just sweat these off quickly, just to give them a wee head start, because obviously onions, they do tend to take a bit longer. You just want to coat them all with the oil, and it helps them cook. Just give that a few seconds. Right, okay, and that we'll do now is we'll add in the garlic. There's the garlic. In we go. Mix that through. That smells lovely. Next is the paprika. There we go, you get that nice deep colour there. And next we'll put in the tomato puree. There we go. Just give it a mix again. Right, you want to turn it down. You don't want this to catch. And now we'll put the tomatoes in. Now tomatoes, I put this in the colander. And I've got some juice out which you want to keep for later on. Now this is going to go in now. There we go. Just give that a mix. Now you want to turn up the heat. Just give that a good mix so the paprika and the tomato puree gets in to everywhere. There we go. And then we're going to add in the water. This is a 1.5 litres. What you want to do for this now is to let it boil. And then once it's come to the boil, you want to put your heat down so it simmers for at least half an hour. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll let this come to the boil and put it into the simmer, and we'll come back to you when we get to that stage. Okay. Right guys, this has been simmering for at least half an hour now. The tomatoes and everything is nice and soft, so it's perfect. This is what you're looking for. And it's still nice and hot, which you want it to be. You want it to be hot. So we're going to show you the next stage. So next we want to get a water bath organized. So here I've pre-boiled some water and I've put some jars in, and I'll show you the jars that you're wanting for this is 750 ml jars. You'll probably use at least 5 or possibly 6 of these jars for this recipe. So that's what you're going to be requiring. So before you do anything else, you want to put your water bath on the stove, get it boiling, and put your jars in. And after you've done that, we will do the following stage, which is you want to put your tomato mix through a moulet, which we have here. And it's on the finest piece of metal thing for it. And if you don't have that, you can just use a normal sieve, and you put your mix in, and you're wanting the juice. This is the whole idea, you're wanting the juice. So all the rest of the mixes will be put aside. And here we have, this is a cold juicer for smoothies and like apples and juice, but you can actually get a hot juicer for soups that you want to puree and take all the liquid out and leave all the remnants behind. So the next stage now is we're going to put the soup through here, and we'll get that organized, and we'll be back in a second. Right guys, now we've got the mix here on the worktop. We've got our moules set up here, and we have a bowl for the excess. So basically we've got a ladle, and we put it in here. And you basically just want to turn so you're getting all the liquid out. This is your gold. This is what you're wanting, is the liquid. And I've got a wee spoon here just to make sure. Now you can get these moules off Amazon. They're really good. They're worth buying. So basically we'll do that until it's dry. Like so, and you can just tip it out what you can. You can take it apart, but it's a bit fiddly. Now with this, you don't need to throw this away, because this is going to be really handy for soups to bulk it out, or you can use it in stews, and you can use it for those sort of things. As a cold salad or something like that, yeah. So don't throw it away, just keep it, and it's good. But obviously if you do this recipe with the peeled, if you peel the tomatoes, then obviously you can use it much more. But a lot of the flavour will go into the juice on this, so this is good for bulking out. So try that. Right, I'm going to carry on with this. You might hear some hissing in the background. That's the water bath busy reboiling again, because you need that for your jars. Yeah, it's a bit of a lengthy process, but keep at it. I've done this many a time in the past doing our chefing. Right, okay, that looks. And as you can see here, this is what you're looking for. See, it almost looks like a sauce. It's beautiful, and we'll be adding the rest of the ingredients to this soon. So what we'll do is I'll carry on with this, and once I've finished this, we'll come back. Right guys, that's all been put through the moule. As I said, this is the byproduct that we have. Now what we're going to, we tend to do is actually just put it into a carton tub and put it in the freezer, and then it's there whenever we want to use it for soup or like a bolognese or a stew. Then it's easy to just take out, defrost, and put in there. So that's one of the good uses of that. So put that aside just now. Now what we've managed to get exactly 3 litres of the soup. So what we're going to do now is we'll put it in here. But in these, I've got 2 glasses here. This is the juice that we got out from the tomatoes when we put it through the sieve, and that's 250 mils, and we need 500 mils, so we've added another 250, so that makes it 500. And you've got your flour and your butter, which all this here we're going to mix in here. I will show that in a second. So we'll put this in here. And it's just got that lovely consistency to your Heinz tomato, which is what you're looking for. So now we're going to add in the sugar, because that gives it that kind of that nice sweetness, and your salt. Just give that a wee mix. And then we'll put that on a low heat on the stove. There we go, so that's for that. Now, you can use a normal mixer, but we tend to use this, which is actually quite cool little gadget. So here it's got like a wee paddle, which is cool. So probably we put in so you can see how it's nice and soft. You want your butter like this is absolutely perfect. So we just leave it out on the worktop, and it's nice and soft. So I put your flour in first. And your butter. Squeeze the fingers. So get rid of that, and then we want to put in these. This is your tomato juice from earlier, and then the water. And then we just need to mix it. It will look like a funny consistency. I'll keep mixing this and then we'll come back. Right guys, I've mixed this for a couple of minutes. Now when you look at it, it doesn't look as though it's mixed through properly, but it's just the butter is kind of not mixed in with the flour and the liquid, because there's a lot of liquid. But the main aim for this is that your flour is absorbed into the liquid, so it doesn't cause lumps in your soup. That's the main thing that you're looking for. So now we're going to add this into the soup. I'll just put this here. Okay. So the soup is on low. You don't want it boiling at this point. And then we're just going to add in, because your butter is going to melt anyway. That's why you don't really need to have it completely mixed through. There we go. Quick wash hands. And now what we want to do is to whisk this through your soup. But you don't want to whisk too vigorously. We don't want too much air in here. Oh yeah, that's got that. Even now, you actually, when you smell it, you get that same kind of smell as the Heinz tomato, and it's like, oh, awesome. Because when it's cold out and it's snowing, and it's like, oh, what should we have for lunch? Let's have some of our own homemade Heinz tomato soup. Nothing like it, it's great. Right, so that's... So you basically just want to cook this, the flour out for at least 10 or so minutes, but don't let it boil. I'll just turn up the heat slightly. You just want it to just simmer, slightly bubble, and then the soup is should be ready. And our jars are in here, which is good. That's ready, hot water. So with it, if you don't like the idea of water bathing, then you can use the soup on that day, or you can use it for put it in your fridge and you can consume it up to 3 days after, or you can put it in the freezer. But we've not done that before. We don't know what the consistency it might change, it might go funny, we don't know. But that's something you can try, always leave a message in the comments below and let us know. Could do. So what we'll do is we'll let this cook out and we'll come back. Right, that's it been cooking out for at least 10 minutes now, and I've turned off the gas. And to me, this looks awesome. Can't wait to taste this. So we're now going to do the taste test, and where you can basically adjust the seasoning to the way that you like it, or no. So let's have a... Oh yeah, that's perfect. I don't think it needs much. It's actually really good. I think Heinz needs to give me a job. I could show them a thing or two. Maybe not, but... So now we're going to put this into jugs, and then we're going to put it into the water bath. Right guys, I put the soup into measuring jugs. We've taken the jars out, and these are really hot. So you want the whole mix to be hot. These hot and this hot. And now we're going to start pouring this in. Now you want to bring it right up to at least half a centimetre to the top of the jar, which I say is about like that. So, and what I'll do, because I've got one here, but this is quite full, so we don't want to. And if you get any soup on the sides, don't worry about it. So we've got 6 jars here, so this is just I guess, there we go, so like that. And the reason you want it as high as possible, it just prevents any risk of the soup going off, because you don't want any extra. And it looks, it does look thick, but don't worry, because when you actually come to using it, you can add a little bit of water to thin it down to the consistency you like. I'll just swap these round, because you don't want to go over yourself. Well, these are pretty hot. So in a jar, you got up to 3 or 4 portions in a jar. So if you have a family, you can enjoy. Yeah, this is going to. Whoop. There we go. Look at that. That's exactly 5 jars. That's just perfect. There we go. Just put that there for the moment. And your lids you want to put on just so it's finger tight. So you just go like this, no more. Like so. Because it will tighten up once they're cooking. We'll see, just there we go, and that one's not needed. And now we'll put these in the water bath, and we'll boil these for at least 25 minutes, half an hour, and then we'll take them out and we'll show you what they look like. Cool. Right guys, the water bath is finished. I'm just taking the first guy out. Right. I tend to do is just give it a wee clean, and you can see how the lid is down. So now what you want to do is just turn it over like so, and then you leave it for up to 12 hours until it's cool. And then once that's cooled down, you can turn them back up and put them into a cool place like a cellar or something like that, and ready for use. And these obviously will last up to 6 or so months, and that's it. So thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll be able to make the soup for yourself, because we love the tomato soup. It's fantastic. And obviously please leave a wee comment down below what you thought, and if there's any other tips, and please leave a like, and most importantly please subscribe. That would help my channel a lot. And we'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye.